Welcome to the Academy of Photography. If you buy yourself a camera that does not make you a photographer, it will make you a camera owner. I'm Christian Tudor, and today I want to talk about white balance. This is not one of my favorite subjects because I don't really worry about white balance in all my photography profession, but I get a lot of emails and people are asking me to do a tutorial about white balance. Before we go any further, I would suggest you check up one of my previous tutorials when I'm talking about light and especially the quality of light. So light is coming with different qualities, and one of that is the light color or light temperature. Light does not have a temperature, it does have a color, and depending on what sort of light source you have in your scene or in your picture, you might get a warmer, colder or more neutral result. The white balance tool purpose is to get you as neutral as possible and not get influenced by the color of the light. If we get a halogen type light or just a normal light bulb in a room, you might get orange or a pinkish or a yellowish effect. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It depends also what you want to tell with that picture. And sometimes if you have a fluorescent light, like a neon light, you might get a very white, bluish and greenish and cold picture. So today we're going to do a couple of exercises and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. First of all, I do have two types of light in this room. One is the halogen light and one is the fluorescent light. I'm going to test few shots on my dummy head and I'm going to show you the result. Also, please note I do have a whiteboard here. Now the reason for having this one here is because it's going to help me to set up a neutral tone to my pictures. So what I'm doing now, I'm just gonna use a white balance on automatic. You should be able to find that on your camera. This is a Canon camera. Every camera has a white balance different. Basically you need to find the automatic white balance and leave it on. I'm not worried about camera settings at this stage. I'm not going to be worried about lights and shadows and all of that and composition. Let's focus only the quality of light. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn, I'm going to start with this. This is fluorescent light. It's going to give me a cold bluish greenish outcome. I'm going to take a test shot now. Okay, this is it. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to switch off my fluorescent light. I'm going to turn on my halogen light, which is yellowish. Light is not in the same position, but I'm not going to worry about that. So now you already see that I've got, okay. Now I have got a yellowish effect. What can I do about it? Well, it's very simple. It depends on the situation you're on. You can use a white card or a gray card. You can purchase that in a shop or on eBay for $3, but I usually don't carry that with me. I don't want to worry about that. I don't see myself carrying, you know, white cards and gray cards with me. I am usually doing a lot of events, so I don't have time to do that. The best thing you can do is to find an empty white surface that you know it does not have any color to it. So what you need to do, in this case I'm going to use this white board. In this light it looks yellowish. What I'm going to do, I'm still going to use the automatic white balance and I'm going to take a shot in the middle of this whiteboard until the whole picture is filled with white. Now, because it's a automatic white balance, in this light it's a bit yellowish. So what I'm going to do now, and I'm going to show it to you. All right. What I'm going to do now to actually get to the neutral effect is go to the white balance and I'm going to select this symbol, which is the custom. Going to the custom white balance, I am going to go to my previous image. So this is the previous image, is yellowish, and this is the fluorescent one. Going to this one, I am going to set this It says use white balance data from this image for custom white balance. Okay. What I just did is tell the camera that that is my white surface and that should be a reference for the neutral white balance. So taking a shot now is going to give me a neutral effect. Okay, so what I've got now is an image which is not yellowish, which is not bluish, it's just closer to the reality. So my advice is do not worry too much about gray cards or white cards. If you are shooting in a environment that you will find a white wall, just go onto that wall, find an empty spot, take a shot, make that your custom balance and you're good to go. So your white balance is going to be set. This is not rocket science and sometimes I actually don't even bother. I usually do not worry about white balance too much. What I'm doing is actually get the results I'm getting with the automatic white balance. Sometimes the orangey color, it gives me actually the mood of the environment I'm shooting in. Basically because I do go through a post-editing process anyway, I'm playing with the white balance anyway after. So I don't worry about the white balance too much at the beginning because I'm gonna fix it anyway in Lightroom if required. Now, from my perspective as a professional photographer, I think worrying about white balance is a waste of time because I've never had a client saying to me back, I don't like this picture because you stuffed up the white balance. Every picture gets a little bit moody with a little bit of color, and that is part of the artistic process. Getting them stripped of the white balance, it actually takes away a bit of their personality. Obviously, this depends on the situation you're in. Worrying about white balance is for us, the camera users, but the end client doesn't really care. So my advice is do not get hung up into those sorts of technical details because they do not really matter. That's my opinion. I've never worried about white balance in my many years of professional photography and I've never had any problems with it. I hope this clarified. It's very easy. Just do your exercises until you understand what I'm talking about, and basically this is it. Just park it and do whatever you want. My advice is do not worry about it too much. All right. I just jumped on my computer and I wanted to show you what I'm talking about when I am saying that white balance is not really an issue for me. Just recapping, going through the exercises previously, this is the image with the neon light. This is a cold bluish image. Remember, this is automatic white balance, and because it's automatic, in changing the light color will change dramatically the effect. This is the warm halogen light. And this is basically the image that I get shooting that card completely. So this is yellowish orangish. I hope you can see that. And the camera, by setting it up as a white custom balance, will start to understand this. So remember, just take a shot wherever you are in a different situation, and this is basically your result, and you tell the camera to actually understand this. And following this as a custom balance will give you a different result. Once you take another picture, it will strip out the colors. Okay, I just wanted to show you a real example how easy it is to play with the white balance in post-production. This is an image taken during an event in low light situation. As you can see, it's very yellowish, and in Lightroom I have these white balance tools and the tint temperature. I can play with the temperature. If I drag this to the left, I can get a very cold image, and I can increase the temperature here. Pulling this cursor to the right, I can actually increase the temperature and get a very yellowish image. Also, I can play with the tint until I'm happy. So I can assure you within 2 or 3 seconds, not even that, I get the pictures where to a level I believe it's looking good. I do this for a couple of pictures that I want to do, and I don't need to do it for all of them because I believe most of them will actually keep the character. But as a tool, I think this proves how easy it is to not worry about white balance before. Just do it in post-production and you will be okay. I hope this helps. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Until I see you next time, I wish you happy shooting. Thank you very much.